After 1 month long absence, MotoGP is back. We're here to review the Italian Grand Prix, which is held at Mugello, the historic Italian racetrack. It was a dry day in Mugello. Over 135,000 people were in attendance for race weekend. We had Francesco Bagnai on pole. As we're about to begin, Francesco Bagnai gets off to a clean start, but for a surprise, Jack Miller and his KTM grab first place. He comes down through the outside, as you see here, and he's able to hold on to first place going into the first turn. Now, he actually loses first place, also on the first lap, to Francesco Bagnai. Also on the first lap, what actually happens, Marc Marquez tries to do a double overtake, but he actually comes in way too hot on the turn, almost causes a huge accident between Luca Marini, Jack Miller, and his brother Marc Marquez. So as he comes into the turn way too hot, out braking himself, he almost crashes into Jack Miller, and it would have maybe caused a crash also with Marini and Marc Marquez. Both KTMs were able to secure a top 10 finish for the race. Now, Francesco Bagnai is comfortably in the lead at this point early in the race, and Marc Marquez is charging hard, but unfortunately,
someone is in trouble. Something bad is happening.
Marc Marquez crashes again. He crashes out on lap 7, and he crashed out in France a few weeks ago, and here he crashes out. There's stress in the Honda factory because Johann did not also race this weekend. Another crash for Marc Marquez. I'm not sure, this year he's not having the greatest year, and the Honda has been very difficult to ride. At this point in the race, all top 5 bikes were a Ducati, whether they're factory Ducati or customer. Now, Miguel Oliveira crashes out of the race on lap 11. Top 5 riders midway point of the race are Francesco Bagnai, George Martin, Marc Marquez, Luca Marini, and Johann Zarco. As we're at the midpoint, please like and subscribe. We'll bring you more racing videos about the racing world and people in it. Even after the first lap incident, Marc Marquez was charging hard. He was trying to get third place from Luca Marini, and there was a back and forth for a few laps between himself and Luca Marini, but it didn't last long because on lap 15, he crashes out of the race. Marc Marquez just passed Luca Marini, but then he crashes out on turn 2, and that's the end of his day on his Gresini Ducati. We had an interesting battle between Luca Marini and Johann Zarco. Johann Zarco really wanted the third place, and he was going after Luca Marini for a few laps. He eventually is able to pass Luca Marini and capture third place. This would be a double podium for Pramac, as George Martin was in second place. Zarco was looking at second place, but he ran out of laps to do it. So in the end, Francesco Bagnai is raced a flawless race from the first lap when he tangled up with Jack Miller, and he brings it home to win the Italian Grand Prix at Mugello. Also a great race for the Pramac Ducatis of George Martin and Zarco. They were able to secure a podium of second and third place. The KTMs had a great race. Both were in the top 10. Brad Binder finished 5th and Jack Miller finished 7th. Also, Enea Bastianini, this is his first race back on the factory Ducati. He finished 9th. He had a great race. We got to talk about the Yamahas. They had a horrible race. They're having a horrible year. Fabio Quartararo finished 11th and Franco Morbidelli finished 10th. This is another weekend the Honda scored no points, with Marc Marquez crashing out of the race on lap 7. But we got to give it to Ducati. They're running flawlessly. Enea Bastianini is back, so they got a double threat with Enea Bastianini and Francesco Bagnai. Francesco Bagnai was under no threat after Jack Miller kind of challenged him on the first lap. He was under no threat for the rest of the race. This season is full of surprises. We got at least the Gresini Ducatis and also the KTMs, which are challenging the factory Ducati team. So we're getting some great racing. I'm gonna give this race about an 8. It was not a bad race. Francesco Bagnai was in front, but we had some action in the midfield that was actually pretty good. So I'll give it an 8 out of 10. We'll be covering more racing this week. MotoGP goes to Germany. Formula 1 is in Canada. That's our home race, so we'll be covering a lot of the Formula 1 this week. Also, we're going to be covering IndyCar. They're at the Road of Americas. We got a lot more racing to come on the channel, so please like and subscribe so we can be bringing you more racing videos about the racing world and the people in it. Redbet, signing off.